On March 11, 2020, the NBA basketball game between the Thunder and Utah Jazz was postponed, marking the unofficial start of the COVID pandemic. Last weekend, for the first time since then, the Chesapeake Arena welcomed spectators, this time to watch the best bull riders in the world. Rory Taylor reports on the event and the Oklahoma industry that helps provide the livestock for it.
Coming here to Oklahoma is like coming home, and we've been looking forward to it, looking forward to Oklahoma City, saying, hey guys, we're back, let's get this thing going, let's get started, and let's get our industry back running.
Jim White, production manager for the professional bull riders Unleash the Beast tour, says that process begins with the conversion of the Chesapeake Arena from hardwood to much softer dirt.
300 tons. So there's going to be 30 to 35 of these trucks dumping over the next 5 hours.
Adding 8 to 10 inches of dirt filling to an arena that's been closed to the public since last March.
The game tonight has been postponed.
Basically, since day one, we've been working on reopening. So we have been putting into motion all of the things that we have going on in the building now to allow guests back. We have seat barriers to do pod seating. We are cashless. We upgraded our mobile ticketing services. We have done tons of upgrades, all to prepare for the day that we got to bring fans back.
Those precautions include enforcement of a mask mandate and social distancing protocols.
You're walking down the hall seeing people that you haven't seen in months. The excitement has just been unbelievable. The buzz that we've had in the building, it's just so great to be able to bring fans back.
And the PBR is more than happy to oblige.
We've reopened about 5 arenas already because a lot of their protocols that they have now were developed by us last year. 5 weeks after pandemic hit, we were developing protocols. We were bucking bulls in sequestered arenas, developing our protocols.
From Guatemala! As soon as the arena is ready for them, the livestock arrive from across the nation, including local bulls. Cord McCoy is a stock contractor from Lane, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is known for cattle, raising and breeding cattle. I think Oklahoma would be split, and you get out in the country between oil and gas and cattle. So, my family has been raising, I guess you could say, beef for a long time, feeding the country. I guess I kind of took the other turn a little bit.
After growing up raising beef cattle and doing some rodeo and bull riding of his own, Cord switched to raising the animals. He says these 15 to 2,000 pound bulls are as athletic as the men who ride them.
There's nothing that you can do to make a bull buck. They've got to love to do it and want to do it. I think a lot of people don't really realize the riders have to qualify, for the Unleash the Beast tour. The bulls have to do the same. They have to, create enough stats to get here as well. They have to earn their way to get here.
And breeding bulls for bucking is far different than raising cattle for beef.
When you're raising beef cattle, you're raising cattle to feed the world. So, how much they weigh and the rate of gain and things like that are important. When you switch and you're raising bucking stock, it's how they perform in the arena. But the ones that do love it continue to get better at it and thrive. And as far as a breeding program, you're looking for the same thing. And I think all bulls can buck. It's kind of like if you're talking about a racehorse, all horses can run, but the ones that you see running at the Kentucky Derby are just faster and trained, and they're fed, and they're geared up to do that. And the bulls that you see here today are the same.
The human component in this 8-second equation come from all over the world. Kyler Oliver is from Roy, Utah. He says that riding bulls is a matter of family heritage.
When I was a kid, my uncle, he was a cowboy and stuff, and I had a couple uncles that did rodeo and stuff, and so I always thought they were pretty cool, looked up to them. They were basically like my older brothers, so I followed them around, got picked on by them, and they taught me a few things, and bull riding was one of them.
In addition to helmets and protective gear, bull riders like Kyle can count on well-trained help once the gate flies open.
We always work in the same direction, so if a bull's turning to the left-hand, to their left-hand side, we want to be going the same way as the bull, so that we're not running into each other. Plus, part of our job is getting the bull to go where we want him to go by using his natural movement.
But the real thrill isn't in dodging the bull, it's protecting the rider.
I've wanted to fight bulls since I was 4 or 5 years old. But I think if it wasn't bullfighting, it would be something along the lines of law enforcement, military, something like that. I like helping people, and there's no feeling like walking out of the arena knowing that somebody's going home to their family that probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for you.
Kyler Oliver was able to go home, but not before dislocating his shoulder twice over the weekend. Despite the pain, he left this competition knowing he'd ridden some of the best bulls in the world.
I knew coming into it that it was going to be the rankest bulls in the world, and a lot of people asked me about that, about the bulls, and I was right. I mean, there was so many 45 and 44-point bull scores, which are just exceptional.
Cord McCoy agrees, if you're looking for the best bucking bulls, you've come to the right state.
Oklahoma is kind of the mecca of the bucking bull world. We think that the best bulls in the world live in Oklahoma or even raised in Oklahoma.
Rory Taylor, the Oklahoma News Report.
Roy, thank you. The Oklahoma City Thunder are currently searching for a new naming rights partner for that arena. Chesapeake has terminated its agreement after filing for bankruptcy. Until a new partner is found, the facility will retain the Chesapeake name.